All right, we will continue with those exercises that we had done last time, last class yesterday. Okay, so this one have you done? We have done, na? I told you how to do it, correct? Mr. Kitta?
Yes, sir.
We have done this, Mr. Tikkawan.
How did they answer? Last class, last quiz, this hash was creating so much problem for you, nahi? Okay. So I have done the same thing I have done in different ways here in Excel. You can see here. So what are the options we have? We have 11% return. 7,000 is your monthly investment. Duration 30 years. Bond 7% interest return. Monthly investment say 3,000, 30. Now withdrawal is we are going to put that money in 9% investment. We are going to get some X rupees of monthly withdrawal for 25 years, right? This is a very good example of retirement planning also. Okay. So like your new pension scheme or some pension scheme is there, they will ask you where you like to invest your money. Suppose you are contributing monthly this much amount, how much will you contribute where? So some people will go for growth fund, like okay, only in equity. Some people go for no, only income fund, less risky. So they will go bond fund only. Some people will say then no, I'll go to balance where you okay, you invest X% rupees in equity, Y% rupees in bond type fund. Okay. So that management will take care of that as per your wish. And even in some of them also give an option to change the scheme also, change the plan, change the mix also at certain point of time. For a maybe for a particular fees they may charge, but they will change it also. So all those flexibilities there typically financial planning. Okay. So now what happens? Your 7,000 rupees 30 years and that means 360 installments, correct? So if I have to use the Excel formula, okay, what I do here, I have done it already here, but for your clarification I'm doing, I say I'll say equal to FB future value. They give a bracket here. Rate is how much rate? Can you please tell me what is the rate? What is the rate of interest?
11%.
No.
11%.
No. The rate that you have to put is not 11%, something else. What is that rate?
0.
Please refer to our class note yesterday. By the way, somebody suggested I made a PDF and some kept that in class files. Yesterday's whatever you have done. Yeah, what is the rate here?
0.11 by 12.
So 11 by
Yes,
12.
great. 11%. The C3 divided by 12 because now we are it is monthly, na? So 30th year after having that means 360. But then it can ask you how many number of periods, how many numbers in number of terms. Okay, so what will be that? What will be that? Which cell? Yes, go ahead. Anyone?
13 to 12.
13 to 12. Okay. Karthik gave an answer 1.11. No. Okay, for the first question. Yeah, 30 into 12. So 30 is means C5. Please try to tell me the cell number itself in the answer. Okay. Then PMT. How much amount per period? How much? 7,000. Okay. Then you have here option to look at whether it is ordinary annuity or annuity due. Okay, if you leave it blank, it is annuity, ordinary annuity. If you give comma 1, it will give you ordinary annuity due. So let us not do bother about that. Just close the bracket without giving also it gets the formula gets closed. So this is your figure. Now why it is the color is red? Can anybody tell me? Because it is negative figure. So why negative? But by default, the future value calculation that takes you negative value only by default in Excel. It is like cash outflow they think. So cash outflow looks like a negative. So what you do here in the sign itself, you say you put the minus here. Okay, or 7,000 you can also put minus 7,000. So you can see here. So this one. So similarly, if you do it for the next one, you just drag it because the terms are same, only the interest rate is different. Just a second, I'll just. Sorry for the interruption. So let's go back to the Excel. Yes. So if you drag it now, you get this value. So 36. Now what happens? This is your total value. And I have also used our formula, that 1 plus R, that future value formula you have now. What is that? 1 plus R to the power n minus 1 whole divided by R, correct? So you can also do that, not a problem. You can use that formula. So you get 2804.5, that is the annuity value. Multiply this one with 7,000 rupees, you get this value also. Both the formulas will give same answer. They have to give same answer. Now what is the next thing you have? This is the value of what? Investment at the end of which month? 360th month, right? Okay. Somebody should say at least okay.
Yes, sir.
360th month, at the end of 360th month, you will get this much money in your hand. Can you imagine? Just look at what is the value here. This is 2 crore 32 lakh 91,551. So what is my suggestion to you now? Tell me. Start investing today, from today onward. Okay. So if you're just keeping 7,000 rupees and 3,000 rupees in something like this, or let's say you are going to keep 7,000 rupees and suppose you are going to get a return of 11% also, or 10% for that matter, your amount is going to be, or 11% means going to be around 2 crore, 1.96 crore. Okay. This is the implication as such. So if you want to have, let's say 2.32 crore at the end of 360th month, then you have to invest in two schemes. Let's say that is the schemes given to you, where you have to invest 10,000 rupees in 70%, 30% ratio, 70% in stock and 30% bond. Then you can choose like this. Okay, right? Now this is your,
Yes, sir.
this particular value is the present value of what? The installment that you are going to withdraw from 361 month onward up to how many months? How many months?
300.
How many months?
300.
300
25
months.
into 12.
So that means you have to find out the present value annuity factor, keeping in mind what is the rate of interest? What is the rate of interest? If what is the rate of interest for the period? Anyone?
So 9% by 12.
9%.
9% by 12. Very good. So your term change 9% by 12 for 300 months. What is the annuity? So if I go to Excel formula, you can here I'll do for your benefit present PV within bracket rate is 9% by 12, comma how many number of periods? 25 into 12, and what is the amount? Let's say I'm giving a hypothetical amount because you do not know the amount here. So we will give the hypothetical amount, let's say -1. Okay, and you can close the bracket. If it is ordinary annuity, you can just leave that blank. If it is annuity due, you can keep it comma 1. So that gives me 119.16. So if I want to get 1 rupee every month for 300 months, it will give me total 119.16, assuming 9% interest per annum means 9% by 12, 0.75% per month. So if I want to get, I have put this, how much money in my kitty? 2 crore 32 lakh. So this is the present value. So if you divide 2 crore 32 lakh by 119.16, you get what? Your 1,95,461.62 rupees. Okay. So what the implication here? You start investing 10,000 rupees from now onward up to how many years? 30 years every month. You can withdraw around 1,95,000, assuming these rates of interest are valid, assuming this proportion of investment is like that. If you want to make it more, you can, what shall you do? If you want more money, what shall you do now? Tell me. One option is that invest more. Another option is what? Even if you invest same, what shall you do to make it more?
Invest in the stocks.
We should invest in
Invest
stock
in more in
more.
stock. Okay, right? So got it. And if you, I have given the formula here also. Directly, if you want to directly or put that formula that is there in that tape we had used yesterday, you can also do that. Both of them will give you same answer. No doubt about that. Okay. Any doubt?
Yes, sir. So, we will be able to withdraw 2 crores 32 lakhs upon 119 every month.
119 कहाँ से आ गया?
आपने कहा ना कि 1 रुपए के लिए अगर 1 रुपया हमें विड्रॉ करना है तो 119 रुपए चाहिए.
2 crore 32 क्या है? You said
2 crore 32 is the amount of money you have in your kitty after 30 years.
you put that in another investment, okay, and slowly withdraw the amount from there.
Yeah. So 2 crores 32 lakhs is the money you have, and for every 119 rupees you can get 1 rupee. So if you divide 2 crores 32 lakhs by 119, so that will give you the amount of money you can withdraw out of 2 crores 32 lakhs, right?
Yes. If you want 119 rupees 16 paisa. So, okay, sorry. If you have 119.16 rupees, then you can withdraw 1 rupee every month for next 300 months. Similarly, if you have 2 crore 32 lakh, you have got this. So similarly, what you can, this problem can be now changed in different format also. Suppose my requirement is 3 lakh rupees every month. Okay. Okay, let's do that. So requirement is how much? 3 lakh rupees. Okay.
Just 1 second before
You have
go
a
on.
doubt? Okay, let me clarify your doubt, then I'll do another variety of problem. Yes, tell me.
So this is a constant amount of monthly withdrawal, or this amount keeps increasing by 9%?
No, it's a constant. Annuity means a constant. If it is given growing annuity, it is growing. Annuity by default is same amount every month or every period. Here it is month. Okay. So what I do here?
Is this like an EMI calculation?
Yes, obviously.
Okay.
It's EMI only.
So basically we're calculating the EMI on a 2 crore 32 lakh rupees loan with a 9% interest.
Very good.
With
Very
a
good
duration of
observation.
25 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that means if you are going to, suppose if somebody takes a loan of around 2 crore 32 lakh, actually 2 crore 33 lakh. So he or she has to pay, if it's 9% interest and 25 years, 25-year tenure monthly installment, he or she has to pay 1,95,000 rupees every month. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So let's say I want to get 1,95,000 per month is not sufficient for me. Okay. Right. I want to get 2,50,000 rupees every month at that point of time. Based on my living condition, I want that much amount. Okay. How much should I invest? Assuming the 70-30% remains same. So what I do here, I make little change here. So my total investment, I say 10,000. Okay. And this one I make it instead of 7,000 directly, I gave a formula here, 0.7 into this one. Okay, and this one is this minus this one. So my answer is not changing anyway. Now tell me, how much amount should I invest in 70%, 30% proportion so that I can get, instead of 1,95,000 something, I want how much? 2,50,000 rupees. Tell me how to go about it. Yes, anyone?
So at first we will do the reverse process, which we monthly withdrawal को 1,19,000 है, so we have to make that 3 lakh rupees. So 3 lakh rupees into 119 would give you the total KT amount. So we can just write it here, 3 lakh rupees into E14.
E14, okay. So that gives me
yeah.
3. Then
So this is the kitty amount you need, and for that we will need to adjust the principal. So we divide. So in a new cell, you divide F15. Maybe in G15 you should write F15 divided by the kitty amount you had at C8. So F15 by C8 into C4.
C8.
Yes.
So
Into C4.
Into C4.
Yes. So no, so it's ये numerator में I think divide हो गया, because that was coming out to be
Okay, anyway,
F15.
so we can do in whatever means as such. Okay, what do we do here? You can use a very beautiful technique that is available in Excel called goal seek. So go to data, go to what if analysis, go to goal seek. What is the goal you had? Our goal is that this one, which one? This value has to become how much? What is my target? This value should be how much? 2,50,000, correct?
2,50,000.
Okay. By changing which one? By changing which cell?
C4.
C1, not C4. Because I am saying total monthly investment will be X rupees, which will invested in 70-30% ratio.
Acha,
Okay.
yeah.
So
yeah,
I go to here. I say change this one and then say okay. Okay. So what is the amount? By the way, you had given some amount though. Your calculation was giving right answer.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you did the right answer also.
Sir,
I
it
don't
was
know how.
just
I did not try
yeah.
in that manner, but
Yeah.
you can still try. But this is a
Yes,
very
sir.
beautiful thing in option available in goal seek. So when we are going to do our capital budgeting exercise, NPV, IRA, etc., we'll use this particular thing more. We'll talk about that. So if you can, now you can see, you need, instead of 1,95,000, you need 2,50,000, right? 55,000 extra. But you just have to invest how much extra? 2,790 extra only compared to 10,000 earlier. Okay. Chalo. So if I do undo this one, so it is remaining, the solution remains, right? Any doubt? Anybody has an interesting problem? Now what you can do, you can go to your parents and look at their option, financial planning, etc. Make a plan for yourself. Make a plan for yourself. Even if you start investing 1,000 rupees today in this ratio, assuming 11.7%, how much will be value in you have in kitty after 30 years? Even if you invest only 1,000 rupees, tell me. Yes, tell me. 23 lakh, na? For 10,000, you get 22 crore, 32 lakh. It will be 23 lakh rupees. Okay?
Sir, but
Yeah, but
sir, the return is 11%. So nowadays, can we find the investment where it is giving a return of 11%?
yes, there are so many stocks. If a long-term investment is there, okay, What is the census value today? What is the census value today? 51,000 something has become, right? Huh? How much? Forget about that.
So 50.
Census.
So almost
51,348.
Okay, let's say
almost
51,000.
So
Let's say.
51,000.
Let's say 51,000. Okay, Sensex started with 100 in 1979. How many years difference? 2021. How many years difference? 42 years. Can you tell me the growth? Can somebody tell me the growth? How much growth has taken place in Sensex?
Sir, but what was the original value of Sensex in like
100.
1970?
100. 100.
Okay, 100.
So I can let me take this one. Yeah, tell me the growth. How much?
So 51,000 by
51,000 divided by
100
100
to the power 1 by
to the
42.
power 1
by
1
42.
by 42 to the
Yes.
power 1 by 42 whole minus 1. Correct? How much it comes to?
16%.
16% only. If I make it 45,000, how much? Only around 15.65% only. If I make it 30,000, some which was there some time back, how much? 14 point only. Not very big change. So my point is that what is my intention here? If you invest in equity, okay, you look at the fund, balance fund, something like that, investment mutual fund also you can go for, right? And if you stay long, you continue to invest, don't bother about this fall and rise. In very long period, you will get definitely 14 to 14% return. So forget about 11%, you can go at 14, 15%, no doubt about that. So the census has gone up by 30%, 20%. How much return? Nothing. 14.45. Of course, in overall growth, see that is called compounded annual growth rate. Okay. Anyway, that it is not my, it's not in beyond my scope to suggest where to invest. But yes, if you want to take that, you can plan like that. Otherwise, what will happen? 11% nahi to 7-10% hoga. And of course, the 7% you are not going to get, you know. The 7% is going to be less actually. Can somebody tell me? 7% is going to be actually less in your hand. Why? Any idea?
Taxes.
Yeah, because interest is tax
Deduction. Tax.
Yeah. Okay, definitely you have to pay. So that way effectively it can be lower. Anyway, my intention of solving this problem was to sensitize you about financial planning. That was the intention for me. You do like this, you start investing small amount, big amount, you start investing, inculcate the habit of investment from now onward. Okay. That was the thing. Okay, let's go to another exercise, another poem. This is very simple. What is the effective annual rate when annual percentage return is 11%? What will be that? If compounding is done quarterly, 11% compounding done quarterly. So what will be the effective rate? One plus 11% to the power quarterly means 4 times minus 1. It comes. What happened?
Sir, you didn't
Sir,
divide by
11
4.
by 4 करेंगे ना? C3 by 4.
Sorry, that's correct. Yeah, by 4. Yes, so it comes to 11.46%. Okay, if it is done monthly, that is the next question, right? No, next question is annual rate 7% compounding on monthly. No problem. Let us make it 7% and let us make it compounding with 12. Okay. ये क्या हो गया? Okay, 7% becomes 75%. So it comes to 7.229 or 7.23%. Okay, very simple.
So can you
Right.
show the question once?
Yeah.
So what exactly does annual percentage rate mean? Ki,
That is the nominal rate.
so
There is no compounding. Suppose only is yearly, you get only at the end of the interest at the end of year only, then you will get 7%. But if you are going to get monthly, you will get every month 7% by 12. And that interest gets compounded.
okay.
Let's take an example. Suppose you have a 10% return annual APR, compounding quarterly. So how many quarter? How many? 4. Investment, let's say 1000 rupees. Okay. Now how much this will become at the end of what? At the end of 1 year. Correct? If it is 10% simply, it will become 1100. Okay. So what is the interest for the first month, first quarter?
2.5%.
So it is how much? Interest at the first quarter? It is 10% divided by 4 into 1000. So first quarter, okay. That is same amount for everything. Interest you get, na? But what you get? Effectively, how much you get? This one? 3 times 1 plus power how much? Tell me. To the power 3, right? Are you getting my point or not?
Yes, sir.
Why it became like this? F9, F10.
So that -1 should be also.
Not -1. For that, what do I do? Tell me.
-2, -3, -4.
No. See, when you do an Excel, try to put everything in formula. You try to avoid putting a number. So what do I do now? I put this one, correct? I hope it will be done now. Okay, very good. So what is total interest? Interest how much? Sum of this. Okay. Now tell me what is the effective rate?
10.38.
1 plus. If you do in our own way, divided by 4 to the power how much? 4 na?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It comes to 10.381%. So 10.381% is also 10.381%. That is the explanation of compounding. Okay. Chalo. I hope I have clarified for everyone. So let's go to another problem then. It says you have just purchased a new warehouse. To finance the purchase, you have arranged for a 30-year mortgage for 80% of the rupees 16 lakh purchase price. The monthly payment of this loan will be 10,000. What is the APR and what is the EAR? What is the annual percentage return and what is the effective annual return? Now solve it. All of you solve it. You have 5 minutes to do it. and let me know how to do it. If you have to do manually, how to do it. If you do in Excel, we'll see, we'll discuss. अच्छा, इसमें ये होता है ना, this has to be you can see all. You can see both the screens, na?
Yes, sir.
So how do you do it? What is the loan amount?
Sir, so 16 into 0.8 lakh.
So 1.2.
16 into 0.8. That gives you 12 lakh 80,000. Okay. Now what is the question here? 10,000 rupees amount, monthly interest, monthly installment. That is mean that's PVIFA. Can you please tell me what we are going to get? R, comma, how many months? 360, correct?
Yes, sir.
Is equal to 12,80,000. So what you do here, you can use your solver in Excel in your calculator. Okay, your R is actually how much, you know, whatever. You will get some 0 point some percentage actually. You can use your solver in calculator and solve this particular problem. Another way is
Sir?
that you, yes, tell me.
So I was just telling the way I did it. If so what I did was that 10,000 rupees monthly you're giving. So 1 lakh, so 10,000 into 12 is what you're giving yearly, 1,20,000. Into 30 years is 30 lakhs and 6 lakhs. So 36 lakhs you give in 30 years. So sir, the return would be 36 lakhs upon 12 lakh 80,000 to the power 1 by 30.
No. Because you are not giving annually, you are giving what?
Oh, okay, monthly. We are giving monthly.
No, that is not the approach.
So no, iski power, let's make the power 1 by 30 into 12.
Okay, you do.
So 1
Okay,
by,
well, you whatever method you have. After I solve this particular thing in my way on the Excel, you just send me a You send me an
Okay.
email that I did
Yes.
this one. I got the answer correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Right. I don't want to disappoint you because you may be doing correctly also. Okay. So do that. Just a second. Okay, so you have to solve for R. One of the things when you do not have the solver, we do not have all these things, what we used to do, we assume R, assume some rate. Let's say assume 10%, 11%. Then you will see if the amount is going to be more than 12 lakh 80,000, less than 12 lakh 80,000. So what you do then? What you do? You either increase the rate or decrease the rate. Then you find how much difference is coming. Then you what you do? You do either interpolation or extrapolation. So, but interpolation, extrapolation problem is, actually time value of money, that if you draw the graph, it is not a straight line. So interpolation, extrapolation assumes that there is a constant slope. Okay. Time value of money line is not like this. This is wrong. Time value of money line is like this. So when you do the interpolation and extrapolation, these 2 points versus these 2 points, it will give a different answer. Okay. So that is not correct. But if you can get two close values, then you can do an interpolation, extrapolation. But anyway, no need to bother about that. Now you have got different beautiful techniques. Somebody should be doing now in the solver, in the calculator, and telling the answer now. Anyone who has done it? Find the R. What is my formula? Formula is what? 1 by R minus 1 by R into 1 plus R to the power n. Right? This is your formula, na? Into how much? Into 10,000 gives you 12 lakh 80,000. Okay. Now solve for this. Anyone who can solve it and let me know the answer. All of you try. Piyush, you have raised your hand. You have the answer with you. Piyush, nahi. Okay. Anampal Singh, what is the answer? Please tell me. Alampal. What happened? Alampal. Divyans. Divyans Devara, are you doing it? Divyans, are you there?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Divyans.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell the answer.
Sir, I am facing some network issues, sir. I am like nothing is visible on my screen.
So what to do?
That's why I watch recordings.
You are recording.
No. After this class, I watch recordings at night.
Very good. So tell me the answer after you watch do the recording, okay?
So can you repeat the question? Like I can't.
Okay,
see
Revant.
on the screen.
Revant, answer the question. Revant Raj. नहीं है, चला गया. रेवंत राज gone. गोरले स्नेहा. Yes, Sneha, are you there? Now because recording is there, you are all gone, nahi? और recording बंद कर देंगे. Kanha join. I'll also watch the recording and find out who is not responding. Kanha join, are you there? Very good. नहीं, Kavish?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, answer the
Hello.
question. What is the answer you
Sir,
got in by solving in solver in Excel? Sorry, in your what is that?
Sir, I'm calculating actually.
Huh?
Sir, I'm calculating.
Still calculating. चलो हो
Yes,
गया.
sir.
Next.
N30 डालना है या 360 डालना है?
N360 डालना है ना?
हाँ,
ऐसे
क्योंकि
monthly ना?
10,000 पेमेंट है. हाँ,
Monthly 10,000 ना?
ठीक है.
So what the answer? What is this here? You are all bright students. You have qualified a very bright, very difficult exam. And you should be able to do this. This is not very difficult.
Sir, 4.5%.
4.5% per month or 0.45%?
Sir, per year.
For your 4.5%. Are you sure?
Sir, my calculations.
Okay, let's see. Okay. So I cannot solve you this one. Let me go to Excel. What was the question number 7? Okay, value of property 16 lakh rupees. Okay. Loan person is how much? 80%. Loan amount 12,80,000. Installment amount 10,000. Number is 30. Let's assume interest is 10%, just like that. Okay. So if you have to suppose it's 10% per annum, that means that is 10% by 12 per month. Then if you put your present value formula, the amount comes to 11,39,508. Okay. Now difference is how much? We need how much rupees in this amount? 12,80,000. So how much difference is there? 1 lakh. This can be solved in multiple ways. Okay. This can be solved in multiple ways. Okay. Now 1,40,000 is the difference. What do you want now? How do you approach now? Tell me. How do you approach this problem?
We will make the difference 0.
Very good. Okay. So what you do here? We say difference 0. So go to goal seek. If you are doing in this, so go to goal seek and make this particular 0 by changing what? By changing which cell?
Sir, C15.
No, not C15. C15 we have not used. Forget about that. We have used D in the
Okay.
formula. 11,930. We have used D8 by 12. So we'll take D8. Okay. So 8.67% is your what? Answer. So 8.67% is your nominal rate. Okay. 8.67% nominal rate per annum, and 8.67% divided by 12 is nominal rate per month. But what is my effective rate? Effective rate will be what? 1 plus 0.7228% whole to the power 12 minus 1. So although 8.67% nominal, it is effectively 9.03% for you because your installment is monthly. Okay. Any doubt? You can also solve in different ways. I have no problem about that. You can do that. Okay.
Sir, can you repeat what is nominal and if?
Nominal is without compounding. Okay. That means you are not going to get interest on the interest. Right. So if it is nominal means, if it is 5% nominal means you get 100 rupees you are invest, you get 5% at that particular point of time. But no, if 5% is not nominal, it is compounding. First of all, if it is nominal 5% compounding annually, it is 5% only. Please keep that in mind. Because you are getting you are not getting more compounding in the year, right? During the period. But yes and no, it is 5% annual, but interest paid monthly. So how much interest you get per month? Tell me. 5% annual, but you get interest per month. If interest, your interest is created every month. How much interest you will be getting every month then? What is the percentage? Arey, whoever asked the question, please answer.
Sir, 1 plus 5 by 12 to the power.
No. 5% is your interest rate per annum. Okay. What is your monthly interest?
5 by 12.
5% by 12, correct? Right? So now if you 5% by 12 is monthly, then that you make it annual by doing effective one. So what will be that? Yes, you rightly told 1.05 by 12 whole to the power 12 minus 1. Okay. So if you are going to interest on interest, that is called your what? Compounding. And let's give another real life application. I'm going to one application. What is the catch here? Okay. Suppose you are investing 10,000 rupees today, right? You are investing 10,000 rupees today, and they say that you will be getting 1% per month interest. Okay. So 10,000 rupees, 1% per month. Right? What will be the amount at the end of? You will be getting 1% per month. Means your interest will come to your account. This is a deposit. This will come to another account. What is the effective rate? What is the effective rate?
So like another account would have some interest rate,
Interest
right?
will come to your savings account, and fixed deposit will be there 10,000 rupees.
Okay, so then there would be no compounding, right?
There will be no compounding, sure?
Because that interest is going to other account.
Who is answering, Raghavendra or others? Raghavendra. Okay. That's the catch. So what is implied in compounding is that whatever interest you are getting, that is getting reinvested at that rate only. So if you take the interest to your pocket and go to cafe coffee day and have some coffee, then that effective, that annual compounding the compounding has no meaning as such. What it is says that it is 1% on your invest and get reinvested. So tell me, on this 1% return that you get in the first month, how many more interest you'll get on that first month interest? How many times?
Sir, if it's an other account, then 0.
Nay, suppose you get same account. How many times?
So how many times means?
How many
for
times
a year.
interest you will get on the first interest?
For 1 year period.
How many times?
Sir, 11 times.
Very good. 11 times you'll get the interest. Okay? Chalo. Anyone can suggest another method of doing this particular problem also? I'll be happy about that. Okay? Chalo. Next, go to next another problem. Oh, this is very good one. Mr. Harry has received 50,000 rupees today. He plans to spend all of it. However, he wants to start saving for retirement beginning next year. He has decided that 1 year from today, he will begin depositing 2% of his annual salary in an account that will earn 8%. His salary will also increase at 4% every year. How much money will he have on the date of his retirement 40 years from today? Chalo, karo isko. What is this for? What is this known as? This is known as what? This is an annuity or something else?
it's growing annuity, na?
Growing annuity. Very good. It's a growing annuity. I am not giving the formula for growing annuity for future value. Some it is not there. It is your present value growing annuity formula is there. Future value annuity not there, I think, in this list. So can somebody tell me what is the growing annuity formula? कहाँ गया हमारा? Yes, anyone? What is the growing annuity formula?
Sir, we can just substitute the growth rate into annual interest rate multiply कर देंगे तो effective growth rate आ जाएगा और original formula में डाल देंगे.
ठीक है, Avyuk, who is telling? Avyuk is telling this or someone else?
Yes, sir, me.
You always have alternative method. Very good, not a problem. The formula is very simple. Growing annuity, it is 1 my digital writing pad, the moment I start writing, it goes off. 1 plus r to the power n minus 1 plus g. One plus g to the power n whole divided by r minus g. Okay, that will be installment 1. Now tell me the value, how to go about it. What is the amount he is going to save? What will be this amount? P1. Can anybody tell me what is the P1? First installment, how much?
Sir, but we have to divide the whole equation by 1 plus r ki power n.
Why? You have to find the future value only, na?
So 1000, sir. So 1000.
1000? No.
Yes, sir.
No.
So 1000 into 1.02, 1.04.
Correct. 1040. 50,000 he got today and he enjoyed. He is going to start investing from next year onward only. So next year, how much salary is he going to get? 4% extra. Out of their salary, he is going to have 2% savings. So it is going to be 1040 rupees, right? So 1040 rupees, you apply this formula 1 plus r to the power n, all these things, you get the answer. Okay? Chalo.
Sir, but the last year's salary will be implementing in the next year.
Pardon?
Sir, like the salary he got today, December 31st. So it will be, the salary will be used in the next year.
Salary he has spent, Baba. Why you will whatever salary you get, you will use that full salary. खाना नहीं खाना है क्या? You are in which year? Fourth year or third year or second year?
Second year.
So when you get stipend, what do you do with that? Suppose you get some scholarship, what do you do with that? You keep it or consume it? Okay, suppose your parents, they get salary or some income? Tell me.
Sir?
Your family, there will be somebody getting salary also, na?
Yes, sir.
So do they invest everything?
No, sir.
Then, so he is able to save only 2% of his amount savings. Okay, 98% he is consuming for day-to-day expenses.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 1040 is your first installment of savings. Next installment, whatever may, you don't bother about that. So 1 plus how much? 0.08 to the power 40 minus 1 plus 0.04 to the power also 40 whole divided by 0.08 minus 0.04. Whatever amount comes, that is your value. Okay? Can anybody tell me what is the value? Yeah, this is the value given here. The value comes to 4,40,011 rupees. Okay? If it is 1 rupee starting with, it is becomes 423 rupees. Okay? 1 rupee starting. What is second year investment? Can some third year investment? Sorry, second investment. What will be second year investment? Anyone?
081.
108 something, right? 108 something.
1081.
1080 plus. 1081 around, right? Okay, very good. So let's go to next problem. This is a very simple problem. Mr. Peak borrows 10 lakh rupees today from bank account. It has to be repaid in 5 annual equal installments starting this year end. If the interest rate is 10%, what is the annual installment amount? Okay. So what is the installment amount then? How do you go about it? How do you go about it? Which formula will you use?
Present value.
Present value annuity factor, right? So 10 lakh rupees divided by PVIFA 0.10, 5. That is your installment. How much is that? What is PVIFA? How this line came? I don't know. Automatically got struck off. How do I erase it? Okay. So tell me, what is the installment? Or go to Excel then. What is the amount of loan? 10 lakh rupees. 10 lakh na? देखते हैं. Right. Okay. Loan amount. Interest how much? Interest how much? Interest rate? 10%. Number of years? How many?
5.
5. Very good. So what is my annuity? We can find out PVIFA directly. Suppose it's 1 rupee only. So PV rate 10%, period 5, amount let's say -1, assume, end 3.79. So what is your installment then? Installment will be how much? 10 lakh divided by 3.79. So how much installment comes to? 26,3797.4808. Okay. So next part of the question says, find out how much is interest, how much is principal in this. My question is that, why do I have to segregate this into two parts? What is the objective? Anybody who can answer correctly to my satisfaction, he or she gets the brownie. Raise your hand. Why is it essential to split this amount into interest portion and principal portion? How much interest, how much principal, we'll see that later, but why should you do it? Yes.
Sir, it is important to have the principal amount in that so that we can paid up the loan. If there is no principal amount, we are only paying the interest, the loan will never end.
No, you don't have a choice. You have to pay that amount. But the point is that as an organization, why should I split it? Suppose it's an organization.
So as an organization, it is very important for me. So I am getting my principal repaid. Like
Huh,
sufficient amount of
you will
principal is being repaid
you
every
will
time.
repay the amount, no doubt about that. Okay, right? You will repay 26,000 rupees plus whatever that maybe will pay that. But for your understanding, why you have to split into two parts? And you know, at the end of 5th year, no principal will be remaining outstanding. Everything will be finished. Okay, loan will be closed. That is the way it is organized. But why I have to, for my internal thing, I have to split them two parts? Why? Yes, Karthik? You have raised your hand, Karthik?
Yes, sir. The interest payment is a operating cash flow and the principal repayment is a financing cash flow.
You are in
So-
US or what? You are in US?
No, sir.
So how can you say interest payment is operating cash flow?
Okay.
We talked about that. Interest payment is a financial cash flow, loan repayment also financial cash flow. If you are in US GAAP, then interest is operating cash flow, principal is financing cash flow. You are actually, by adding cash flow, you little got confused, but you are close to the answer. I know you have analyzed correctly, but you could not put it correctly. Yeah, Abhyukt, you had raised your hand.
So it was essentially the same thing the person before this person said. So basically you want to know that आप कितना principal घटा रहे हो हर month
तो क्या होगा उससे
versus
फायदा क्या होगा?
Sir,
आपको पता है,
फायदा
you
ये
will anyway the overall principal will become zero at the end of 5th year, no doubt. Let me tell you.
हाँ
Let me. Okay, I'll come to the answer. You think about. Maybe you are close to
सर
answer.
जैसे
You think about. What we will do now?
EBITDA
Yeah. Pardon?
EBITDA कैलकुलेशन जब करते हैं तो उसमें
Please be
इंटरेस्ट जो
louder.
होता है तो सर जब हम जैसे EBITDA कैलकुलेशन करते हैं तो अर्निंग्स बिफोर इंटरेस्ट और वो निकालना होता है तो अगर कोई
नहीं
बिजनेस
इंटरेस्ट
जैसे
EBITDA कैलकुलेशन के लिए you have to take revenue minus expenses excluding interest and
सॉरी
depreciation. You get EBITDA.
हाँ थोड़ा गलत एग्जांपल दे दिया सो सर जैसे अगर इफ आई रन अ कंपनी राइट आई वांट टू नो कि हाउ मच ऑफ माय प्रॉफिट इज बीइंग रिड्यूस्ड बिकॉज ऑफ द इंटरेस्ट आई एम पेइंग एंड हाउ मच ऑफ द प्रॉफिट आई एम लूजिंग आउट बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रॉफिट एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द एक्सपेंस जो करना ही था मेरे को you know the capital which I spent versus the interest which I'm paying. So I want to know ki how much of my profit is reduced because of the interest component and because of the capital
Okay,
component.
I got it. I'll come to the point. Let me first do it now. Let's do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Loan outstanding at the beginning of the year. Okay. Right. Let me wrap it. Okay. So what is loan outstanding at the beginning of the year? For year 1, 10 lakh rupees. Okay. Interest for the year. How much interest per the year? 10% into loan outstanding in the beginning. Very good. Then how much you are paid towards principal? Acha. Installment. Installment is how much? We have already got this one. Right. And this is installment is same for all the years, na? Sorry. Installment is same for all the years. So I can freeze it. So I drag it. Okay. What is the principal portion repaid? What I do here, let me take this column to here. Okay, interest is this much. What is my principal portion? This minus this. Okay, very good. So what will my loan outstanding at the beginning of the year and first year, second year? 10 lakh minus this much. Okay, right. So what I do here? Oh, what happened here? I have to freeze this, right? B3 to F5. B3 is my interest rate. Very good. So if I do that, okay, then this one is my principal. G5 minus, correct. So what I do now, I drag it. Okay, you can see here very beautifully, whatever loan outstanding in the beginning of the year was there, same amount is the your principal portion in the installment in the last year. Okay, right? So we can also say another thing, can also add here, loan outstanding at the end of the year. So do that, not a problem. So in that case, what shall you do? This minus this, which will be equal to next year, right? So you drag it, it becomes 0, a smiley. Okay? Yes, as somebody first, I think who answered this, try to answer the question. First, who was the person? Raghavendra, no, Kaun? Karthik, sorry, Karthik. Right? Then, yes, see, for our income statement, we need this figure. Okay? For a balance sheet loan repayment loan account, we need this figure. Your balance sheet, the loan account will go reduced by this much amount every year like this. As you go forward, your principal portion goes up, interest portion comes down because the loan outstanding amount is lower actually. Okay. So that's why you need this loan amortization. So this is called loan amortization schedule. How much to breaking up the into interest installment amount, interest and principal portion is called loan outstanding, sorry, loan amortization schedule. Okay, right. So Abhyukt, as usual, Abhyukt as well as I'll also recognize Karthik for this.
Sir, I also give the same answer before Abhyukt.
Is it? I didn't hear you. You gave it?
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Okay, no problem. डाउनलोड हो गया ना?